My 26 years as mayor of this city has been a labor of love. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I've worked as hard as I possibly can. When I look at the accomplishments over the past 26 years, I step back because we all should be proud, whether it's the 2 new schools, whether it's the addition at the library, whether it's the Veterans Memorial, the improvements that we made in our downtown in excess of $8 million, the some $10 million that we spent on neighborhood streets and sidewalks, the playgrounds that we've built throughout this city for our young people. All those things make me proud to say that I'm part of this community and I had the chance to be its mayor. I look at our education program and I look at how the investment we made. When I left the teaching ranks back in 1984, our teacher to per pupil rate was 1 to 30. Today that figure is 1 to 19 in the investment that we've made in our educational system. While other schools are cutting their programs and cutting back, we are expanding ours. When I look around and see the honors that we had this summer, our school system was ranked among the summer program one of the top 10 in the country. When I see that we've been able to do this without having to charge our students fees like they have to do in other communities, I think that's important, and that's something that I'm proud of, that every kid that wants that opportunity to participate in a music program or an athletic program can do so. I also look at our low tax rate that we have for residential, low tax bill that we have in the city of North Adams, which ensures that not only our longtime residents can afford to stay here, but also new residents coming to this community. It will be affordable. But you know what? We have great challenges that lie ahead. And our greatest challenge is balancing the budget. It's going to be a difficult 2 years. It's going to be the most difficult 2 years that any time in perhaps the history of this city that we're going to be faced with. We have to also remember, too, that we can't continue to tax our way out of this because that's not going to work. We have to balance our budget in so many ways. My opponent had the opportunity to give property tax relief this year by voting for a hotel-motel tax. He sided on the side of the hotel-motel owners rather than giving relief. That might be all right, and that's his philosophy, and I'm not criticizing him for that, but it's not my philosophy. My philosophy is to make this community affordable as possible. This year when the budget was brought up, my opponent didn't ask the questions that should have been asked. How will this budget impact the tax rate in the city? How will we pay for it? How will we pay for cuts that have to be made if the governor comes through with anticipated state aid cuts? You know, these are important questions. But I can say without reservation that I like to say that I reflect and embody the citizens of this community. And I have since I've been mayor. I've made mistakes, we all have. We've had successes and we've had failures. But you know, in a Globe article that they did in Globe magazine some 3 or 4 years ago, and they did an article, a profile on me, and said, "Married to the job." They said that the longest serving mayor in the Commonwealth was sturdy, feisty, and resilient, just like his city. I couldn't have a prouder statement made about me, just like his city. Because you know what? I have had the opportunity to be mayor of this community for 26 years, representing what I consider to be the salt of the earth. And I thank you, and I hope I've earned your support in the upcoming election. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here tonight, and thank you to our sponsor, North Adams Transcript. Glenn, I'm sorry I drove you so crazy. Our moderator, Paul Hutchinson, thank you. Our host, MCLA, and certainly the media panel. I also want to thank Mayor Barrett for his 26 years of service and commitment to our community. Why should you vote for me? I have a plan for our city based on hundreds of conversations I have had with all of you and others over the past 10 months. I'm asking you to give me the chance to implement that plan, which in many respects is your plan. We need to be certain our community is safe and livable, not just affordable. I'll do everything in my power to maintain staffing in our public safety departments. I'll work closely with police and fire officials to consider all options available to make this city safer, and I'll find ways to address the blight that so damages our property values in our neighborhoods. We need to create jobs and grow our economy. I will encourage our business leaders to participate in economic roundtables. We'll work together with regional, state development agencies to grow all business sectors. I will work to obtain a diverse and sustainable economic base that provides opportunity for all of our residents. I will market North Adams as a destination, not only through traditional methods, but by being our chief salesman and cheerleader. We will be business friendly. These efforts over time will allow our citizens to find jobs, create reasons for our youth to stay in North Adams, and assure that North Adams continues to be an affordable place to live. It is imperative that over time we reduce our dependency on state aid. We need to address the very real issues of poverty in this city. The best way out of poverty? A good education, one that results in a good job. My experience with the McCann School Committee allows me to work with our educators to make sure we are providing the best education possible for our children. I will work with local agencies to discuss and find ways that will guide people who are so dependent on social services towards self-sufficiency. We cannot continue to allow North Adams to be one of the poorest communities in the state. During our campaign's neighborhood walks, I was invited into the homes of some of our most disadvantaged citizens, and so many of them asked over and over again, "Can you bring us jobs?" I will never forget that. And as your mayor, I will work to ensure that we maintain a high level of public safety services, that our schools perform at acceptable levels, that our infrastructure is well maintained, that your sidewalks and roads are in good repair, and that our recreational facilities are second to none. Now, I want to thank the best group of volunteers ever. I also want to thank my family for enduring this process. I'm certain this has been very exciting at times, but very difficult at times, and I thank you very much. Finally, my pledge to all of you is that I will work tirelessly on your behalf, and I will work for you in an open and fiscally responsible way, with great respect for history and tradition of our community and boundless optimism about our future. I respectfully ask for your vote on November 3rd. Thank you.